Welcome to Trews with Views, where I talk to yous about true views of yous. Always. Oi, Russ, how do you know what true love is? When you really love someone, how do you stop doubts and shizzle? I don't think that you should look at true love, in inverted commas, as being something that is necessarily about another person. I think that, in his book, Robert Johnson talks about how the idea of romantic love is derived from the sort of chivalric and troubadour traditions and is about, in a way, the transposition of a love of God or a love of a higher being that you sort of project knowingly onto another person. But we kind of lost that knowingly part, and now we just have sort of romantic fantasies. Just look at the romantic poetry and romantic art and romantic films and even modern stuff in all of those genres, and they tell you it can make yourself feel better by loving someone, and a lot of people suffer as a result of that. So true love, I would say true love is, are you feeling content? Are you feeling free? Are you feeling like you yourself are good enough? If the answer to those questions is yeah, I feel like I'm, then that's true love. True love, I think, is connection. So that's how you know. Antonio Blanco. Hey Russell, first time post. I guess what I want to ask you is, I had the love of my life, but I fucked up. And while I have no delusions of winning her back, do you think there's only one for all of us? Because I've been trying to find someone and I keep getting screwed. Am I done? Oh, come on, Antonio Blanco, you daft sausage. No, I don't think there is a one. I think that you probably love that person a lot, but things sometimes have a time frame that's expired and transpired, and you should probably accept it. Or maybe, there may be resolution, you may get back with that person, but either way, the important thing, I think, is not to place, as we've been discussing in this episode, your inner peace, your tranquility, your completion, your sense of yourself in the hands or heart of another, though it is inevitable that you will form through relationship, attachment and love. Acknowledge that if you've got a pattern of doing that to an extreme, it will be damaging for you. And that's probably what you're experiencing. So I don't think there is the one. I think what there is you yourself arriving at a place where you're able to have successful relationships with people, is something I'm working on still, and hopefully I'm getting better at. So, and what that's meant is, one of the things I've done in order to do that was letting go of the idea of the one, because I think then what you get attached to are people that are kind of dramatic and exciting perhaps, and not necessarily good for domestic harmony, peace, companionship, fun, joy, tranquility, but sort of people that are where it's sort of like some scintillating cinematic experience. GSEP, how can I increase my sexual confidence without feeling like I'm lowering my intellect to fit a social standard? What do you mean by sexual confidence? Do you want to be confident while you're having sex, or confident about who you're having sex with, or the type of sex you're having? I guess what you mean is you feel shy when you're having sex. That's what I'm deducing from this. Don't worry about it. So, just go, oh, well, I've lost my erection, or whatever it is you have to do if you're a woman in that situation. Own it. Just go, feel a bit shy. Help us out. Because if you can't say that to people, you probably shouldn't be having sex with them anyway. Russell, my name is Nicole. Do you have any tips for someone experiencing anxiety? I'm pregnant with my first child. I'm very nervous about doing anything right in order to have a healthy pregnancy child. I know that stress is not healthy though. I love your channel. Thanks for your time. You'll be alright. And I think it's probably natural that early in pregnancy you feel nervous and anxious because you've got something very precious to protect. So I think accept these feelings. Don't resist the feeling of anxious and then feel anxious about feeling anxious. Go, I feel a bit anxious. That's okay. I'm still me. Talk to other people about it and don't be lonely. And good luck with your pregnancy. You'll be alright, Nicole. James Montgomery. Hi Russell. I was wondering how to find like-minded people and true friends. I live in a small to medium-sized town that is blue-collar and economically depressed, and being a young creative guy, I find it difficult to relate to in and around me, let alone befriend them. Do you have authentic friends and a great support system? I feel alone and ambitious among the walking dead and the pessimistic. That's pretty poetic, mate, and it probably in some respects be extremely good for your creativity. You should probably continue to write about it, but if you don't want to continue to feel all down, move. And also look to create connections with like-minded people. Yeah, I do create connections with like-minded people. I don't define myself really around creativity, more around emotional vulnerability. I like creative people and I like funny people, but I think probably where I sort of see my truth, as it were, is sort of in the fact that I'm vulnerable. So all them people wandering around in your blue-collar, medium-sized, economically depressed town, I have that as well. They're not like, hey, buddy, mine's of course. They're still feeling those feelings that you feel. What do you define yourself as? What artistic pursuits could you be making? I think community is certainly very important, and you should find ways of connecting to people or moving to another place if you really feel like, oh, I just don't like these people, but I feel like everything you need is around you. New world. Hi Russell, I was wondering if you had any advice for an 18-year-old A-level student finding it very hard to find purpose in life and to make meaningful connections with people. Go to a very monocultural school and don't share the same interests as a lot of others, such as shoes, clothes and sport. Makes me feel like I don't fit in or belong anywhere. Have you noticed that a few of these inquiries about people feeling like they don't fit in anywhere? So like perhaps a lot of us feel that. I used to feel that when I was a kid. I don't fit in, I'm not like everybody else, and I think these are kind of natural feelings now. Reach out in different directions openly and honestly. Find the things that you care about and pursue those things, and be willing to step off of the pathway of your life a little bit. Only you can really find this path for yourself. Do you know what I mean? I can't say, well, I really like West Ham, so start going to West Ham and make friends with them, or I'm really into the Smiths, so go to like a Smiths memorabilia auction and just go to people, this is good, isn't it? Pursue with passion your particular interest and be open about them. Joseph Campbell would say, follow your bliss. Interest is at your fingertips. New world. Just reach out in any direction, honestly and openly. Be led by your passion, be led by your bliss. Well, that's some true news views with views. I hope you've enjoyed listening to me saying this stuff and the subtle echo of a gong in the corner of the room, reminding us that we are connected by infinite vibration and by unseen energies that perhaps we'll never understand with our limited consciousness, because our capacity to understand is like a cup, limited, whereas potential knowledge and information, like the universe itself, is infinite. Subscribe here.
Nose is a tool that is abused to fool you and to leave you scared and confused. Trews is like the nose. If the nose was true, I want some trews. Let's have some trews.